Welcome back to another episode of Sophisticated Real Talk, where I learn how to fish, I maybe teach you how to fish, or maybe you teach me something that you know. Today, I'm going to show you how to build one of these. This is called a crab snare. That hooks to a fishing line. You put bait inside this little cage here. It goes and sits on the bottom of the ocean, just like that. Crabs come up and along, and they eat food out of here, and these little lines will cinch up on their claws. And you've got them, and you get to take them home and eat them. I have two different styles here of crab snares. I'm going to show you how to build this one, and these are the tools that I'm going to use. I have a pair of needle nose, bent 90-degree needle nose pliers, wire cutters, regular pair of pliers. This is actually for electrical. It's wire strippers and crimpers. I found it works really well for crimping the ends of these little crimps, these little pieces here. We also have some jack chain here, and we have some bite tube. It's very hardy, very strong, and works very well for making like a rubber tension. It keeps the tension on your little hook to keep your bait cage closed. So what I've gone ahead and done already, since I'm going to make the smaller one of the two, I've already got it cut out of this stuff here. This is something else you'll need. Just some cage wire for like animal cage, and you can pause the video and get the specs off of that right there. And then what else you're going to need is this right here. It's just trimmer line for a weed trimmer. 0.065 works just fine. And we also got little crimp sleeves. Okay, and you can get these at Home Depot. They were like $1.80 per package, and it comes with 12 of them. You can buy more of them or less of them. I've already preset this up. The door, this is what I've clipped out for the door, and this is going to be the same for both style cages. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 long, but this will be the open end because you'll use those to curl around to create your hinge for your door. So 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So just to add in there, I'm going to tell you it's 4 by 4 for the little cage door, like that, because these little ends you're going to curl over. I was wrong. It's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3. You could do 4 by 4, but it doesn't fit quite as nice or neatly as it does like that when it's 4 by 3. Fits much nicer, much neater. Anyway, back to the video. And it's really easy. This stuff clips really easy. You know, it's not hard at all. Just kind of cleaning up those little ends there, just so that you can see that it's real easy to clip. And then that's that. That's your door. Now I got this little iron over here so that I can kind of flatten this out so it's a little better. I've got a few of these cut because what I'm gonna do is make a few of them. I'm gonna end up making 2 of the small ones and 2 more of the big ones. And if you stay tuned at the end of this video, the name of the person who won this one of these crab snares will be at the end of the video. So we'll go ahead and get started. For the small one, the dimensions are 7 by 7. And then the first thing we're gonna do is we want to clip you're gonna clip these little corners, so when you fold it up into the cage, like this. Okay, it's got a good look like that. And then I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Okay, so this is where you're gonna wanna clip your piece here to match like this, because you're going to use these little tabs to fold around and tie up the bait cage like that. And so that's what's cut off. Okay, and it went like that. We just clipped it off like that. So I'm going to go ahead and clip the rest of the 4 corners. Each corner will look just like this. And we'll come back as soon as that's done. Okay, so now we've got this all cut out and everything. I'm going to show you the next step. And that's to fold this into its shape. And what we're going to do is come over here to this little I-beam I have here, just because it makes it easier. And we're going to put it on the edge just like that. Okay? And we're just going to fold it on over using the side here just to do that. And then if you want, you can tap it to go in a little tighter, but you don't have to. The other reason why I use that little edge like that is because it makes it much easier to do like that. Okay. And so then there's the start of the body of the cage. So now you can start to see visually how it's coming together. The next step is we take this guy, and what I do is fold right here, and that's what this little cage, this thing, little thing is for. Makes it easy so I can start to fold it like that. Okay, and then what I do is I fold it over and try to line it up with this line right here. This line and this line, I try to line up together. And what I can do is come in with my pliers and bend them down individually. Right there. And do just like that. And then next you'll want to take these little tabs from earlier, and you're gonna wrap them around the rest of this to close it up. So I'm gonna get this other side bent and folded over, and then I'm gonna get these little tabs wrapped around. And I'll show you the first tab as I wrap it around, and then we'll go from there. So keep watching. Okay, now that I've got that folded up and bent up, what I'm going to do is show you how I bend these tabs. Now, first thing I want to do is take this little corner piece, and I'm going to grab it with my pliers and just start spinning it around this little bar right here. Okay. And these are quick and just quick and easy little cages you could build, and you're not spending a lot of money on it, and so that way you don't really have to worry too much. I think the most expensive thing you'll lose if you lose these cages are maybe your weights. Okay, so that's one tab, spin it around. Now I'm gonna pull this guy in. Now what it'll do as you're pinching it and twisting it is it's gonna start pulling itself together. This guy is pointed in the right direction. Okay. Grab him like that. And that's why I like these little needle nose pliers, because it makes it much easier for me to grab, pinch, and pull. These little things around. Needle nose works a lot better. They work a lot better than, say, using a normal pair of pliers, because the ends of these are a little bit bigger and they're a little harder to get inside the little crevices. So there's those two, and then you could take these little ends and just start folding them around. And I go underneath with this one, like that. That one's there, and then I go right over the top with this one. Start it, go around. Up, just like that. Keep twisting it around until there's no more of that little wire hanging out. Just like that. Okay. So that's the first side, and then you can use your pliers and just kind of squish everything, mold it, shape it, however you want it to look. It's up to you. I'm gonna just adjust this little guy here a little bit more. It's up to you. You know, if you're happy with that, you're happy with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then that's it. And so then that's the corner right there. It's all wrapped up and tied up. I'm gonna go ahead and do these last 3 corners, and we'll come right back. Okay, so now we've got the body all done up, and we're ready to do the next step. The next step we're going to do is to add the door. Now, the door is going to go right on top here. And so what I tend to do with this is I tend to clip off a couple of these. I tend to clip off the ends here, like here and here. And then that will make it so that these can fit right inside there to create the door. And so, and just like the body of the cage, what we're going to do is bend this in and around this little bar here. And what I start doing before I do that is I create kind of a hook like that with all 3 of these little tabs here, just so that when I am ready to put the door on, makes it a little bit easier to twist those wires. So then when they go in here like that, I'll bring this up and around like this, and then what we'll do is just bend those wires over the rest of the way, just like so. We'll try to hook them around back over top of themselves. I'm going to do that with all 3 of them. So as soon as I'm done with all 3 of these and get them wrapped around, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now we've got our door on there, and that's all good to go. Something else we want to do. So these little pieces of jack chain I've opened up and pre-looped. All you want to do is take the jack chain, and you can feed it through itself. You're gonna loop it through because you're gonna make a loop basically. Just to hold it onto the cage itself. Let's go here. I'm gonna open that up so I can stick that through. Oops. So then you got the jack chain, and it's open on one end. And what I'm going to do is open it on this end here, so I can loop it through. This opening here. And then we just, with the normal pliers, pinch that back down, make sure it's nice and closed. And now you have a closure. So there's that. Now, the last step we're gonna do is we're gonna do these on there. And what you want to do is all four corners, you want to do them just like this, okay? Okay, and so how I do that is I've got them all about 13.5 inches in length. And all we do, these, I've got a box that's already open over here. Take a couple of them, you run that first one through there, and just make yourself a loop in the end. Just like so. And then what I do is I'll take the pliers, crimp the end like that, just to hold it in place. And then I take this here to give it its final crimp so it doesn't go anywhere. Then what I do is take our little cage here, and we go through a corner, pick a corner, and you're going to do all four corners. And you have to look at where your state is. And depending on what state you live in, will depend on your regulations. In California, where we are, you could have 6 loops on your snare. Other states might be different, might be more, might be less. So then basically what you'll do is you'll put that on there like that. You get another crimp. You feed the little tag end here through there. You find the corner that you want to do it on. You make sure your little piece is in there. You go through like that. Go through like this. Make sure it's fairly close. Take your little pliers, crimp it so it holds it, and then you crimp it again with your final little piece here, just like so. And that keeps it locked in, and there's your little loop. That's it. And that's basically it. And all you got to do is now do, you know, if you're in California, 2 more on this side and and 3 on this side, and you've got your crab snare. Now I've added an extra length on here so I can attach my fishing line to this, and you can do that. You don't have to do that. And then I also added a little point down here, another little piece of jack chain, so you can add some weights. And then that's it. Once you have that done, you're good to go. Like you're ready to get out there and get fishing or get snaring. Like I said, it's quick, it's easy. If you guys want and you want to see how I did the big one, it's basically the same as the small one. It's just instead of 7 by 7, it's 9 by 7. So it's like this. All the cuts and everything else are all the same. And that's it. Enjoyed this video. You could stay tuned and watch me finish building off the rest of this snare here, and hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, hit the like button. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and go ahead and ring the little dingy bell in the top corner so you get alerted anytime I make a new video. Hope you guys can join me on my next adventure.